Hi everyone, welcome to the Stella Smart Beauty Awards 2020 sessions. We're here today to talk about Brave Beauty with the fabulous Mary Greenwell. So I'm so excited to be here with Mary Greenwell, who is the makeup artist extraordinaire, and we've worked together last year, in fact, on the Smart Beauty Awards shoot last year. We did a shoot that we might get a chance to talk about some of those images today because they were indeed very brave.
But they were very relevant, weren't they?
They were very relevant.
Yeah,
and you were also a judge on our Smart Beauty Awards this year, and as every year. So we got to try lots of products over Zoom, of course, while we were social distancing. Yeah, it was very different because we're usually in a room like this, trying out things in person. Yeah. But essentially, we're here today to talk about Brave Beauty. And one of the things that people, kept asking when we were going through the questions was, I really want to try something new. I want to be braver with my makeup, but I don't want to look like a clown, or I don't want to look like I'm trying too hard, or I want to be age appropriate. So how has makeup changed and in terms of being brave today?
Yeah, I mean, I think when it's all changed, let's say sort of, 5 years ago, when it got really, really brave. And I started to call it, I used the term carnival makeup. Yeah. It became so much, not much about beauty, but like carnival, and with flowers on the face and all this kind of wonderful extremity. But of course, to walk around like that is a bit too brave. So what we're really talking about today, isn't it, is about colour makeup and being bold with the colour that you wear.
Yes.
And there is that extremity, which is extraordinary. I love it so much. And for example, that wonderful show that Val Garland does, Glow Now, or what?
Oh, the TV show.
Yes, yes, stupid.
With Dominic Skinner.
Yeah, yes. And that is amazing because that takes you deep into the whole realm of just going
what you can
for
do
it.
With makeup. Yes,
going for it. And I just love it. So that's like, if you haven't watched it, just watch it because it's so much fun. It's like Bake Off for the makeup world, right?
Yeah.
But we're not going to talk about that kind of makeup. First of all, we don't have people who are going to do that for an hour on camera. But just to say that it is about colour, and it is about a lot of colour these days, and you can wear anything you want, and also a lot about glitter.
Yes. And the rule, and for me, what I've noticed has changed is when we did that shoot together, for instance, is that things can be quite quick. They can be quite brave, but they can be quite quick. They can be quite easier than you think, mainly because the products are so good today, and the textures and the finishes, and there's so many. It's just about trying something new, isn't it, and not being afraid.
Yes. I mean, the texture of makeup has improved beyond belief. I mean, the last 25 years is like extraordinary. And everyone, from every brand has great textures. Yeah. Every high street brand, every wonderful brand, they're all great. So you don't have to spend a lot of money to get that, that bold beauty. You really don't. So whatever your bracket is, whatever you can afford, you can go for it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So one of the things I thought we would start with lips, because a lot of the questions were, I'd like to try a red lip. I don't know where to start. I don't know how to choose a shade that suits me, or I want to be a little bit bolder with my lips, maybe for Zoom meetings. Obviously, we're wearing face masks a lot at the moment, but a lot of people are working from home and they want to, have a bit of a boost on camera. So starting with something that we might consider quite classic, like a red lip or a bright lip, what would be your recommendations for somebody who's always worn nude and wants to give that a try for the first time?
Good, go for it. I mean, red lipstick is something that you have to sort of get used to yourself. It's like when you have your hair cut, you have to get used to the haircut. So wearing red lipstick is exactly that same, going, oh my goodness, I look so different.
Yes.
So just remember that. So when you start wearing it, you're going to be very nervous of it and feel insecure about it. But the more you wear it, the more you'll like it and more you'll love it. Or maybe not. Maybe you'll grow your hair again. Maybe you'll never wear that red lipstick again. Yeah. But that's the way to think about it. Just think, okay, I've got to get used to this. I've got to get used to it.
Yeah, it does take getting used to, actually. It does. Because I have quite full lips, makeup artists always say to me, oh, you really suit a red lip. But I've always felt a little bit conspicuous. However, I do feel really comfortable with a bright pink.
Yes.
So sometimes it's about taking the premise of a red and you might want to just move a little bit coral or a little bit orange or a little bit pink and sort of just a bright lip and not being so fixated with having to do red if you don't feel...
Of course not. I mean, it's two very different things, but they're both wonderful. A pink lip is a pink lip and a red lip is a red lip. But just knowing that red doesn't suit you and you want to go into the pink family, that's great. If you want to go into the orange family, move into that. I will repeat the tip that I gave on Sonia's talk last week, which is about how to find the best red lipstick for you. And this is the most amazing tip. So a lot of people, when they get home, they think, oh, that was too purple or too blue or too whatever. So when you're choosing off it, apparently Boots now, you can try the lipsticks again on your hands.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can go into Boots and pick up from any brands 5 of your favorite lipsticks and put them on your fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just a little bit like this. Okay, so like this. 1. I'm not going to bother doing my fingers, waste of our time. You do your 5 favorite colors and then just wait a minute. And they will respond on your fingers in the same way they respond on your lips, because color red always changes on your lips, as you know.
Yes.
So that's the best way to find the right color for you. Like that, for example, has gone more orange on me than I thought it would. Do you see?
Yeah.
Is it interesting?
Yeah.
So just find your 5 and then you also go, I like that one, I like that one, no, I don't like that one, I don't like that one, that's gone too orange anyway, let's get rid of it. And then you're left with 2, and then you can really try whichever you like the best. That's the best way to get the right red lipstick, the red lipstick.
That's great.
But also I think what is another very fashionable and really wonderful look is a dark lipstick now that we're moving into autumn.
Yes, of course.
Like a sort of wonderful, and you don't again have to use heavy textures. You can use like this gorgeous Chanel, you know, this very light texture, but that's still dark. Do you see?
Yeah.
And then what you would do with that to make it last longer, because we don't want to wear a sort of matte lipstick, you would then wear a fantastic lip liner. Now, there's many advantages of wearing lip liner, particularly with a dark mouth or a red mouth. It's going to stop it bleeding. So first of all, if you're doing a dark, bold mouth you want to last all night long, make sure you've actually put a little bit of concealer around your mouth.
Yes.
Right? And sort of really blended it over your lip. So it looks like your lips actually become smaller.
Yes.
Powder that with a very fine powder, yes, so it's not like cakey at all. Then you use a lip liner. I love the Victoria Beckham lip liners. What's this? Actually, this is Armani. That's a good one. I love Victoria and Armani. That's Armani. I've just used this on myself and it's amazing. The other ones I love are the new ones by, these are by Shiseido, and they come with the most perfect thing.
I had that demonstrated on me actually months ago before it launched. And one of the shades, I can't remember what it was called, but it was so vivid. I was terrified of it, but actually
it was this one.
It was fabulous. Yeah.
So how did they teach you to use it? This is very interesting because I wasn't there. Did they say use this before the pencil?
I am pretty sure. Well, let me remember. I think it was like a combination of lining it first and then using the balm and then filling in. I can't, but
okay.
Don't quote me on that because
I'm not going to quote you on that, my darling, because I think there's 2 ways. You can either sort of, this is like a sort of setting product as well. So it could be used either way, but I would use the balm first.
Yes.
And then I would use the liner.
Yeah, because the balm acts a little bit like a primer, doesn't it?
Exactly.
So you don't, if you have any dryness, I get sort of, you know, quite dry lips, especially in winter. Yeah, it stops it from...
Yes. So then you would use the liner, which is Divine, and then you would use, and you could fill in, because if you've used the balm all over your lips, you can then fill in with a liner, which is a really good idea, yes? And then you can use...
Because it's like a lipstick liner, isn't it? It's not like it's not a hard pencil.
Exactly.
It sort of does both.
And then you can use the fantastic gloss on top. So you're getting this amazing lip of using these 2 products. So I love that. And then, okay, so now moving into this. So if you had, for example, I'm just going to put a red lipstick on top of my lipstick I have right now, okay? Where's the mirror?
There you are.
Thank you very much. Yes, I'm just going to pick this up. Okay, so I'm just going to pick this up. I'm going to use a red lipstick on top. No, I don't have to because I've got a dark lipstick on already. So with something like this, which is the, this is Lime Crime, which is a really trendy band. Do you know it?
I don't know it. I've not seen that one.
It's in Selfridges. It's really, really trendy. So this you can use on your lips and your eyes. So you really, to make everything really, really major, you can just use this. And then you get that kind of like a little bit of shimmer.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not as bold as it looks in the. It's actually very pretty and elegant.
Go on and on and on. Exactly.
Yeah.
So you could just a very little bit, and it'll just really
So
nice.
that's a great tip, actually, Mary, because it's taking a color, an ordinary sort of deep winter lip color, and adding something glimmering and shimmering on top that gives you just that little bit of an edge.
Exactly.
And it still looks very elegant.
Exactly. So it's still making it really modern, really edgy, and you can change. And then you can use something. This is a cream that you can use on your eyes, on your cheeks, and on your lips. So, for example, I'm just going to try a little bit of this one. I'm going to take a tiny bit of that, darling.
Because lots of times people ask me actually about shimmer and glitter as they get older. And I think that in the past we've had all of these rules that really are meant to be broken. So
again, so you can use it really. So what you've done
subtly.
is just made your mouth much more party shimmer. So if you're talking about going out at night, and you actually really want to like zhuzh up your makeup before 10, you're going out at night straight from work because it's almost night now. It'll be out dark when we leave here now, right? So you're meeting your friends at 7 o'clock just for a couple of hours. You can really zhuzh it up with a bit of glitter and a bit of colour. Yeah. So that's what bold makeup is all about now. So using it to actually, your evening makeup to go out is using the bold colours you wouldn't have used during the day at work. Yeah. Or on your Zoom meetings or whatever it is.
Like an accessory, you're adding an added layer just to sort of elevate the look that you've got. So let's move into eyes, because I see all this really exciting
eye stuff,
colour that looks quite terrifying, but I know it's not, because when we did our shoot last year, you did one look in particular, which I think was, let's talk about look number 4, that you might be able to see on the screen. And that looks like quite a complicated look, but it actually took you the least amount of time of all the looks that we created on that shoot. And it was, fascinating to watch.
Well, it's very smudgy, which is my thing, as you know. I mean, the other thing about bold makeup is these wonderful liners that people do. And they spend, I mean, they are so rehearsed. They're so good at it. I just feel practice makes perfect in those cases. If you want to do like these lines that separate between each other, and that bold again, that very show makeup, that sort of carnival, wonderful makeup. But for this one, which is really easy, you would just literally take, I was using Surratt at that time, that one. So I'm going to, these are the new Surratt colours, which are really amazing. So these have in them like a liner, a very hard liner, well, not very hard, but a liner. Yes. And then so you would put that on, and then you smudge this on top, and again, it changes everything.
Would you use a liner brush to apply that first one, or you used your fingers?
I would, to apply this one?
Yes.
I would use a liner brush. Yeah. And this one I would use my fingers.
Okay.
Okay.
So 2 steps, pretty simple.
2 steps, pretty simple. But you could use one without the other, of course. This is just giving the depth. And you can see how it changes the depth. It's really beautiful. It's really beautiful. And it's got like 3 colours, 5 colours actually, and they're all amazing. Okay. I love that. Now, this is Pat McGrath palette, which is so bold. Yes. Now, and the reason why I love this one is I use this in one of my videos, one of my Instagram videos I do, and I use this. This is just extraordinary. So I'm going to show you guys how it works. Yeah. So this looks pink on one side and green on the other. Do you see that?
Yeah. I have a ring a little bit like that, actually. It sort of changes from purple to green. To
yeah. There you go. But isn't that amazing? So, but also, when you put it on your eyes, it's actually much, much more subtle than you think it's going to be. Or rather, less surprising. Let me use that word. Yeah. So the green is coming through.
And you don't need a lot because the pigment is...
And then the pink comes through. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, so pretty.
It's so great, right? I love this. So you can go from the... So it just changes. Wherever my head goes, it changes.
I think actually what you're doing now with the finger, we were talking about this before we came on camera. I used to, have all the makeup brushes and try to do the most complicated looks and copy things that you'd done on shoots and other makeup artists. And I got myself, in a bit of a, I sort of lacked some confidence in using the brushes. But actually when I took these beautiful palettes, just used one finger and just pressed in a new colour, in that one step, it just changed everything.
It changed everything.
It's easy. It makes a big impact.
So
with
look at
little
this.
effort.
Isn't it amazing?
Yeah, lovely.
Do you see? I mean, not, you know, I'm not saying I'm amazing, I'm just saying the colour's amazing. That sounded really like egocentric. Anyway.
You are amazing, naturally.
No. So let's just, but then, okay, so you want to just like something you really want to push the eye, right?
Yes.
You want to go really bold. So I'm going to use the classic, gorgeous deep plum colour in here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to use the other eye, that on the other eye. Same thing, can't be bothered to use a brush now, especially with you guys, because we haven't got time to faff around. We'd much rather have fun and do things. So I'm literally going to take that, I'm just going to go higher into my socket, and then you've given yourself a much more of an evening eye.
Almost like a smoky eye, but with
Exactly.
a twist, yeah, without having to do all of the...
Exactly, but what you can do, of course, is then do the liner. Now I'm going to show you a liner, which I adore. So that's giving you much more of a socket and more of an eye, yes?
Yeah.
What came out, which we love at Stella Beauty, are these new Marc Jacobs pencils.
Yes.
Aren't they divine?
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to use this.
This was on our shortlist for the Stella Smart Beauty Awards,
and we love it.
We all were unanimously enjoyed using that, didn't we?
And I'm going to put it under the eye because why not?
So Mary, that is a Marc Jacobs eye pencil, isn't it? And it's a metallic, sort of oyster shade.
He has 4 of them. They're all these wonderful soft gold metallic colours, and they are amazing for really quick updated makeup. So, you know, like in the roots of lashes. Yeah,
and you can just use it on its own without the eyeshadow if you want.
You know, so just like that, there you go. So it gives a slightly more smoky eye that side. Then I'm going to use this side where I haven't got the same glitter. Okay, hold on. So you can see it like glittering up a bit. Do you see? Anyway, if I'd done it properly, but anyway, look, you can see it on top, darling. Can you see it on top now?
Yes, I can see.
They're amazing.
It's lovely.
So that'll just glitter up your eyes too. So just even having this.
Yeah.
So everything is about being really relaxed and easy.
Yeah,
really
and just trying, getting a nice palette, choosing some colours you like, using a finger, not being too precise about it, and just having a play. And actually, now that we're wearing face masks, in fact, eye makeup is selling out, and people are, you know, wanting to have fun with eye makeup again.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's great. Now, if you are over a certain age and you have...
I was going to say, Mary, we're both over 40. So, yeah, we're not spring chickens. And one of the... Lots of people say, oh, but what about if I have creases on my eyes or hooded eyes, or, you know, I'm getting older, I'm in my 50s, my 60s, my 70s, and so on, and they want to know how to adapt these looks for them. So what would you say about that?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so basically the older you get, it's strange, but it almost goes back to childhood, the less makeup you need.
Okay.
It's really interesting. Like a very dark mouth on someone who is quite old will make their mouth look really small and mean.
Okay.
So, you know, yes, move it. I'm not saying you need it, but yes, move into the corals and move into the warmer colours, move into true reds, move into really warm colours, but don't go for those really hard dark colours.
Okay.
The dark plums. Also, the other thing you can get, this is a palette that was sent to me. This is matte. Now, it's really good to use matte colours when you have very crinkly eyes, because sparkle will only make the crinkles and the wrinkles show up more.
Okay, good tip.
So it's a very important, so these are lovely matte colours. I mean, you can create any colour you wanted with that, right? So I love that. I mean, it's the best tool in the world. So that's a great thing to do. Just use mattes. Also with these, you can play and make other colours to, you know, work on top and just play with that. There's also a cream palette that came out by MAC very recently. So this is amazing. So everyone is bringing out colour.
Yeah. I mean, and the thing is as well is that everybody's doing palettes now. And I mean, I remember palettes from the 80s, and then they sort of, you know, weren't so popular. And the last year or so, it's just everybody brings out these palettes. It's just everything has become so much more fun again.
Yes.
And so you might obviously not want to use every colour in there, but you can try your hand.
But don't forget you can mix.
Yes.
Don't forget you can mix. So, I mean, as an artist would say, actually, you only need white, yellow, blue, and red, and black to make every colour possible.
Yes.
Every colour possible, darling. Yeah. So you can create any browns, greens, soft taupes, blues, dark blues, whatever. You can create anything by mixing.
Okay.
Do you remember those really old palettes by Dior in the 80s?
No.
Oh.
I think in the 80s I probably wasn't buying Dior. I was buying something a little bit cheaper. But
Right. Dior was the first company I remember to bring out the 5-colour palette when they had little diamond in the middle and the colours around.
Yeah.
And the colours they brought out then were unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a green one, there was a blue one, there was a purple one, there was a red one.
They're still pretty good.
They're still amazing.
Yeah.
No, but I'm just remembering, I'm just going back to that time when I'm talking about palettes.
Yeah,
you know,
and trying things out.
So great,
Yeah,
so great.
No, it's really nice to see that eyeshadow and eye makeup is coming back. And
don't forget you can use it on the cheeks and lips too.
Yes, I was going to say that. Yeah. So it's a multi-use. So in terms of, we were talking a little bit, weren't we, about glitter?
Yeah.
So, and how far glitter has come, and how you can add just a tiny bit to make a big impact.
Yep.
So, did you want to, show us this?
This is the Urban Decay Glitter, which we love.
Yeah.
So this is just, again, a tiny little, this is liner. So, shall I dare put it on? This is liner glitter.
This is great so I only ever do one makeup look, convincingly, which is black winged liquid eyeliner, but I have had that product maybe in a slightly different glitter colour, and I will add that on top of my black liner, just a little bit on the outer corners when I want to be a little bit braver, or party season. So
this is, I'm actually so thrilled to be doing this for you now, because I'm having so much fun putting glitter on myself, and how different it changes everything. So this is it. Yeah. This is all you need to go out in the evening.
Yeah.
One glitter product, or 2 or 3, but what I mean is glitter will change everything. And
actually, going back to what you said before about not using too much shimmer if you're older, in fact, in that case, that's a perfect product. You can just you don't need to, layer glittery eyeshadow all over crepey eyes. You can add a little touch of something sparkly, and make a big impact.
Yeah, and you can also probably, should we try and do like little false eyelashes with it underneath, like a sort of that 60s thing?
Oh yeah.
We could do sort of little things like this, so you build up under the eye, fun. Right? And sort of create little glitter. Do you know?
Yeah,
do you see?
So pretty.
So pretty. So that's what you could do that when you're older too.
Yeah.
So just don't create too much. You focus actually as much on the underneath of your eyes as you do on top.
Yeah.
Right.
And I know we did get a lot of questions as well about choosing colours for different skin tones, or eye colours. So what are your thoughts on choosing shades that match or contrast with eye colours?
I think that I actually prefer the blue families and the purple families to the green families for eyes, in my opinion.
Okay.
I don't know why, it's just a natural tendency I have. But I think people with blue eyes can definitely wear blue eyeshadow, no problem.
Okay.
I find green hard. We have a lot of green in our skin, naturally.
That's interesting.
Yeah, naturally we do. We don't really have blue in our skin. We have grey, which is created by the blue and the grey, if you were making skin tone colours. But we don't really have blue. We do have more green undertone, naturally. So I always feel that blue is more becoming than greens.
Okay.
For everybody,
That's
in my opinion.
Yeah.
In my opinion. It doesn't mean that I don't love it doesn't mean I don't love apricot blushes and apricot lips and whatever. I'm just talking about the eyes, on the eye area itself.
Okay.
Yes?
Okay.
I love a little, bright pink cheek. Although naturally I go more into the sort of apricot cheek.
Okay.
Yeah, I just prefer
a little bit warmer and more flattering.
Exactly, darling. A little bit warmer and more flattering. And I personally prefer warmer lipstick than cold lipsticks. I would prefer more of a coral pink to a blue pink.
Yes, yeah. I always find there's a little bit of a trade-off with cool and warm lipsticks. So the warmer lipsticks, I agree, they tend to warm the skin tone up more, and they tend to be more flattering. And the cooler colours sometimes make your teeth look brighter, but they can then drain the colour from your skin. So I always choose skin over teeth because
yes,
we all want to look healthier.
You've got beautiful teeth anyway. You know, your teeth are lovely and white.
But you know that thing of, you know, if you go for sort of an orangey red
yeah.
versus a bluer red, which will sort of contrast the teeth and so on. But yeah, well, I think, you know, we're almost time to answer some questions, if that's okay with you.
No problem. As time flies, doesn't it?
I know, so much to talk about. Okay, so on the trusted iPad here, we have, let's see, right, what should we go with? Okay. So this is another one for skin tone. So how can I be brave when I'm so fair-skinned? Is that?
Oh, listen, fair-skinned people have it really easy because they can do the smallest thing and it changes everything.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're very fair-skinned, you can be brave. You can be brave very easily and very quickly. And depending on your age, everything will show up on you. So be brave. Do you want to be brave with your lips? Do you want to be brave with your eyes? Do you want to be brave? What feature do you want to bring out? How can I be brave with fair skin? My answer to that, I don't know what you look like. I'm sure you're beautiful, but really easily.
Yeah. I think that's a good tip, actually, like thinking of the feature that you want to, you know, accentuate. And that can be your favourite feature on your face, but it can also be situational. So obviously, you know, if you're out with your face mask all day, then it's going to be your eyes, or, you know, I like to do a bright lip when I'm doing Zoom meetings and so on, because it's one of the chances, you know, you get to do it. So that's a great tip. Okay.
I mean, I do think during the time where we have to wear masks, which of course we have to do, I think it's really important to focus a lot on your eyes right now and really make your eyes pop.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, every time I put on a mask, I have to throw it away at the end of the day because it's got so much lipstick on the inside of it, you know?
Yeah.
And that's good. Of course I'm going to throw my mask away, but I'm always horrified that it's got so much lipstick on. It's like, oh, that's disgusting. And the other tip I want to say about people right now is rather than wearing a lot of use powders to rather than using cream blushes and cream concealers and cream bronzers, use powders because they're going to come off less on your mask.
Okay, that's a great tip.
They will last longer. It will last longer under your mask. So you're walking down the street, you're walking to Sainsbury's, you're then going to meet a friend around the corner.
You're going to take your mask off
when you get inside. Take your mask off, and you might even have little marks because you've used so much cream on your face. So always set your face with setting powder, or use cream powders and cream blushes and cream products.
Okay, great tip.
And also, even on your eyes, even though I love this MAC palette, obviously powders last longer.
Okay, good. I'm going to do that. Okay, so this is another sort of classic. How do I stop smudging outside my lips?
How do you stop smudging? Well, first of all, I think you should use concealer on your lips.
Okay.
Blot them, use a little bit of powder, and then outline, and it'll stop smudging. But is this a concern, you're smudging outside your lips? Because a lot of people, I for one, love to go just outside the lip line. So, what are we saying? So what are we saying? Smudging outside your lips. How are you doing it? Are you doing it on purpose? Are you doing it by mistake? Sometimes your mouth naturally does that naturally, by the way.
I suppose it's that thing, you know, sometimes you apply the lipstick, don't you? And it just wants to sort of creep outside the line.
Okay, but if it's going into little lines on your face, then you obviously have to use a lip liner and powder. If it's smudging, then I'm afraid you just have to control how you're not having enough control while you're putting it on.
Yeah. And you do have to, if you're going for a bright lip, you do have to take it with you, reapply it. Yeah. You know, it's not a lot of effort, but you do have to sort of.
You have to look after it.
Yeah.
Right?
Of course.
So it's not like a lip gloss. We just put it on. It takes a bit of work, but smudging, I would say that maybe you're rubbing your lips together too much. Maybe you're rubbing your lips together too firmly. What kind of smudging are we talking about? But basically, it's normally due to sometimes your mouth is uneven. Maybe by smudging, you've actually noticed the difference where your mouth is uneven, therefore even it out with lip liner. which is what
Okay.
LipLiner is really good at too.
Yeah, yeah. So you don't have to follow your natural lip line. You can correct.
Absolutely. And if I would say you were smudging over one side more than the other, I would balance it by making the side that is all smudging over a little bit bigger with lip liner.
Okay, good tip. So, let's have a look here. Good eye pencils for sensitive eyes. Do you have any tips?
You know, all pencils are great these days. You know, I think that for sensitive eyes, I think they're all made to be, and you know, they're all,
yeah.
They're all, what's the word? I mean, they're all, no one's going to create a pencil now that's going to make your eyes water or whatever. They're all good.
Yeah.
So basically, it depends what consistency you want, whether you want to be a very, very soft one or a slightly harder one.
Yeah,
so that's what you go for.
So share your favourite eye pencils then, just in general.
Yes, Elizabeth Arden I love.
Okay.
And it's a smoky pencil, which I love, so I love that one. I love the Armani eye pencils. I love the Chanel pencils.
Yeah, the Chanel ones are great, aren't they? Because they just go on so easily.
Yes,
yeah.
and they can be blended really easily.
Yes.
My favourite liner, liquid liner of all time, is Tom Ford with the double-ended one. Do you know it?
I haven't tried that
It's
one.
amazing. So there's one which has a very small end to it, and then one which is more of a kind of like wand end,
Oh,
and it's
clever.
fantastic. So I love that. You know, yes, those are my favourites.
I suppose perhaps, I don't know if they're talking sensitive eyes or sensitive skin, but you know, maybe something a little bit cleaner like a Victoria Beckham eye pencil, which is, you know, quite a clean formulation, might be good for people who are worried about that kind of thing.
Yes, 100%, but do we believe in clean as it is, as it stands? Do you know what I mean? I'm still a bit concerned what clean. I love Victoria Better makeup. I love it. I love it. I love it. But I'm not quite sure what clean is at the moment.
Okay.
I'm really not. I think it's still not.
It is a bit of a broad term, isn't it?
It's still a bit of a broad term, my darling. And if you go for organic makeup, that's another thing. But then that's another thing too, you see. But I don't know. I think that, you know, you just have to wear. It's trial and error. Mascaras are really important. You know, make sure you get a good mascara that's not that. I don't like waterproof mascara. My favourite mascara of all time is Sensai, as everyone knows. I love that. I tried the new MAC mascara the other day. Did you try it?
I haven't.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So brand new MAC had arrived on my doorstep yesterday. It's phenomenal.
There's so many good mascaras, actually. Charlotte Tilbury's new one's quite good. Well, I like it. Some people don't because it's got a strange sort of wand to it, which is very different. The flat one.
Yes.
But yeah, it's
No,
very
I love
personal.
I love it. I was amazed when I opened the MAC one. It was like, whoa.
Okay, gotta get that.
So good mascara is really important. And then, you know, also, if you use mascara properly, right in the roots of your lashes, you almost don't have to use a pencil.
Yeah, that's a great tip, actually. I definitely have learnt that on photo shoots with makeup artists, that in fact, it's getting right in there, isn't it?
Right
into the root, and it creates its own natural liner. Yeah,
it absolutely does.
Yeah.
Right into the roots. And also the other thing I'm loving during this time of masks is I'm loving putting mascara on the bottom lashes.
Okay.
And I'm loving bringing out the bottom. So for example, so if you're wearing a mask and you only do your top part of your eye and you don't do the bottom part, and you've obviously done your concealer beautifully underneath, it's really important to do really good concealer right now in this bold makeup time. So just be bold and just use colour and mascara under your eyes as well.
And is that because it frames?
It's going to be more attention to your eyes and it frame your eyes otherwise, because normally you have the rest of the face to balance with it.
Yeah, that's so interesting you say that, because I've started doing that a little bit. I've got quite long eyelashes and on the bottom, so I never used to do my bottom lashes because I used to feel like they just looked sort of a bit spidery, or I would do them and then I would take off the excess.
Right.
But I agree with you. When I put the mask on, I feel like I need something a little bit extra.
Yeah.
Especially if you've got a light coloured mask, because you've just got nothing. Yes.
You know, especially if you've got like beautiful blonde hair, and you know, I mean, you just need it. I mean, not only actually blonde hair. Everybody needs
need
to
the
balance
definition.
It. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And eyebrows too.
And not too much eyebrows, because they're going to be quite heavy with a mask, don't forget.
Oh, okay.
So bold eyebrows, great, wonderful, but remember to keep your eyebrows as soft as the colour of your hair.
Okay.
In my opinion.
I've been told.
Just saying.
Been told.
No, you've got your brows are beautiful. But I don't think that very dark brows with a mask are very good because again, they're too heavy.
It's too much.
It's too heavy.
It's not balanced enough. Okay, I've learned something. So somebody here is saying, would you recommend the same colour on eyes, lips and cheeks or to mix it up?
You mean if you want to do one-stop product? Sure, go for it.
Yeah. Because actually we did that in one of the pictures we've got here, which I think was the second picture.
Yes.
And we used this beautiful sort of burgundy on the lips and the eyes.
Yes.
And a lot of people think you can't use red on eyes and, you know, it makes your eyes, the whites of your eyes look pink. But actually that was a stunning look and it was very, very simple.
Yeah. It ended up being the cover.
It did.
There you go.
Yeah, but yeah. So
I love one-stop products. I love them.
So in terms of whether you should mix it up or use the same color, I mean.
No, I feel that obviously, the paler you go with the eye color. Like for example, if I decide to use this as a one-stop color, this gorgeous Clé de Peau product. Okay, this on your eyes might be a bit too orange.
Yes.
So I wouldn't necessarily use that in my one-stop product, right?
Okay.
I mean, this is lipstick anyway, but you can use it on your eyes and lips and cheeks. But you might go with something like this. This is the little Chanel one, right? So you might go with something like that, because there you are on your lips, yes?
Yes.
Then you put it on your cheek and you blend it, and you put it in your eyes and blend it. So you're giving a hint of colour.
Yeah, because it's quite a sheer product, that one.
Exactly.
As well.
And then what you're doing is you're then using your mascara, loads of it, and you've almost changed the colour of the product on the eye by putting loads of mascara on.
Yeah.
So yes, you can use any ones, but I mean, that was just one colour, for example.
Yeah.
But I love one-stop products. Yes. So no, go with it. Go with it. Whatever colour you love, go with it.
Yeah. Love that. Okay.
And remember this mascara, if you're using red and a red lipstick and a red cheek, remember mascara will break the red from your eyes so you don't know you have red eyes.
Yes, it's giving you the black
so it's
to frame.
important to use like mascara at the same time.
Okay, got it. Okay, somebody here would like to know about lip brush. Would a lip brush help her to apply her lipstick if she's using quite a bold lipstick for the first time?
Yes, it would. Although I love going straight from the bullet. But I think what would help her more is to use a lip liner.
Lip liner.
Yes. And then she can go straight from the bullet. Lip brushes are they're an extremely useful product. I think they're very professional. But also I don't like the perfection you get from a lip brush. I find the edges of the line too perfect with a lip brush. I like slightly more sensual, feelingful line you get with a lip liner.
Yeah, and when you do apply it, when you put the liner on and then you apply it from the bullet, you're feeling the contours of your lip more, aren't you? And sort of getting to know your own lips. And
yes.
Having said that though, see, a lot of lip brushes are very small, which I actually find a bit too precise and a bit fiddly. But if you get one that's a little bit fatter, I mean, the Hermes lipstick collection has a brush which is it's a fatter, wider brush.
Yeah.
And it actually...
It's like an eyeshadow brush.
Yes. And actually that changed it for me because that brush in particular I really enjoyed using.
Yes.
Because it's more the width of my lips anyway. But.
Well, I feel it would be almost the same as using it straight from the bullet in that case.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? But I love the fact you get this little sort of tiny little brush. It's like an eyeshadow brush virtually. And then you can use it also with that brush. You can use it on your eyes too, of course, because you're using one-stop product.
Yeah. Okay, I think we might have time for one or two more. I mean, okay, so somebody here said they've heard a lot about green and blue eyes. What would you recommend for light brown eyes?
For light brown eyes, oh my goodness, with light brown eyes you can wear any colour you want.
Okay.
So I think it's very hard to be so general. Like, I don't know whether this person has red hair, dark hair, blonde hair, what the colour of her skin is, whether she's, has dark skin, olive skin, black skin. I have no idea. So I can't tell. But I think most of the time you have to feel it. You have to feel inside. What suits you is what you like. We all have an artistic side, all of us. And if we don't, we have friends that tell us what will suit us.
Yeah.
So practice with your friends' makeup, practice with things, but just, you know, my main concern is I want people to realise that when they do get older, they have to wear a little bit less and be more gentle with themselves.
Okay. Yeah.
And they will definitely understand their colouring by then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Start with something small and build up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And go with the glitter if you're young, man. Go with the glitter.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we've got time for one more. Somebody's asked here, is skin tone or hair colour more important when it comes to choosing colour?
Is skin tone or hair colour? I would say it's skin tone.
Yeah.
I mean, I would think, you know, for example, if you have black skin, you cannot wear a certain, you have to go with things that have gold in them rather than silver, for example,
Okay.
because, or rather white. I mean, things can turn very grey on black skin.
Right.
So you be careful. So you have to go for very warm colours rather than, like a blue lipstick, like a pink blue lipstick will become purple on someone black, like
Okay.
really like a mauve. So go if you want to create an orange lip on someone black, you have to go with something very very warm.
Yeah.
So, you know, and so that depends. So, and if you're very pale, then, you know, it doesn't really matter so much. So it depends on your skin tone.
Yeah.
But the darker you are, the more warm the colour has to be.
And your skin's undertones are important, aren't they? Because, I mean, for example, I'm quite pale, but I have yellow in my skin.
Yes.
So I'm not an English rose pale, as in too pink. So, you know, when it comes to, you know, foundations and concealers, I go for a warmer light than I do a pinky light. So,
Right.
So my point being that actually, if I get that wrong, if I get it that, you know, I've got blonde hair, but I've got a totally different skin tone to somebody else with blonde hair.
Yeah.
So
No, it's all about the skin.
Yeah.
You know, we change our hair colour all the time, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But it's all about the skin. It really is. And, you know, if you do have, you know, gorgeous black skin with black hair, you just only ever think of your face no matter what colour your hair is.
Yeah.
You know, because a black person might have blonde hair, great, but they still need the warm colours on their face.
Okay. Well, I think we're done. Can't believe it. It's gone so quick. Thank you so much, Mary. And I think that I've certainly learned a lot, as always. And it's been really fun having this session with you beforehand and on camera. And I hope that everybody got a lot out of the session today and picked up a few tips. So thank you very much for watching. And see you next time.
Thank you.